Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and I'm going to choose another book out of my jar for us to read together. I'm still trying to get out of this slump, and so I'm just gonna kind of keep it simple. We're just gonna do like a book at a time and hopefully I'll get out of this. Plus this is gonna be a very busy week, and so I don't want to put too much pressure on myself. So if you haven't seen my jar before, my red slips in here are my oldest books. The orange ones are from about 2.5 years ago. The purple ones are last year's books that I hauled, and the green ones are this year's books that I've hauled. So we're gonna pick one out of the jar, and hopefully it'll be something that I can get into and that I want to read right now. And if not, we'll pick another and we'll try again. So that being said, let's kind of mix them up in here and try not to get my hands stuck at the same time. So let's go for one that's kind of in the middle. It is a green one if I can get a hold of it. Okay, so we got a green one. Let's see what it is. Ooh, I think I know what that one is, just from my handwriting on it. Can you see that? Don't Let the Forest In by C.G. Drews. Okay, so this one is right here. It is YA and it's horror. I've heard really great things about this book. So I think I'm going to do what I did with my last video, and I think I'm going to hold on to this one. I'm going to try the first chapter, see if I get into this, but we're also going to pick another one just because I can, and we'll see which one I get into. So let's pick another one. I'm dropping them everywhere here. Let's go with this one. Cleopatra, I just read that. So we can take that out and try again. Let's try this one. Daisy Jones and the Six. Okay, I don't really want to read this one right now, for the simple fact of the matter being that I know that this one is written in an interview style. I don't think it's going to draw me in with the mood that I'm in right now. So we're going to hold off on Daisy Jones for the moment, and we're going to try again. Okay, so a couple fell out, but let's start with this one because this was the one that I actually grabbed. For Human Use by Sarah G. Pierce. I don't know if I want to read this one right now either. I want to pick a different genre. Okay, so we're gonna... Alright, so this is one of them that fell out. The Last Tomb by Douglas Preston. Again, I'm just not in the mood for a nonfiction right now. As much as I want to continue reading about Egypt and different things like that, or the archaeological stuff, I'm just not in the mood for that. I have that one for when I'm ready for it, or when I'm ready to listen to the audiobook of it. So, as a purple one that fell out, what's this one? Upside Down. Everybody Wants to Rule the World Except Me by Django Wexler. Okay, so I've started this one before, but I never made it very far because I wanted to wait for a minute. So that one is Lit RPG. Okay, so this one is right here. This is by Django Wexler. This is the follow-up to How to Become a Demon King or Die Trying. And I loved that book. The humor in that, I've always keep saying that that one has like Deadpool type humor, just very sarcastic, very dry humor. And it was great. I loved it. I've heard that this one isn't as good as the first one, but I really want to try it out and see. So this one was one of them that really got me into the lit RPG. I've read this one. I've read How to Defeat a Demon King in 10 Easy Steps. That's kind of a Zelda lover's book, and obviously Dungeon Crawler Carl. But I really, really enjoyed How to Become a Demon, or How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying by him. I tabbed a whole bunch in this, and I was cracking up when I was reading this. So it was very humorous, and I just had a great time. So this is the sequel, and I think that's a really great option. So we have kind of a lighthearted lit RPG fantasy setting, and then we have young adult horror. So I'm going to read a little bit out of both of these. Hopefully I'll get into at least one of them. Maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get into both, and we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to go figure out which one I want to start with. Probably this one, because I want something more lighthearted, I think. But I will figure that out, and I will come back and talk to you guys when I make a decision. Hey, what's up guys? So it's been a handful of days now, but I am back to give you an update. So I have been reading Everybody Wants to Rule the World Except Me by Django Wexler. This is the second in the duology for How to Become the How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. Sorry. So this is the second book in the duology, and I am over halfway through now. I was reading it this morning, and I am up to chapter 10, which is 209 pages into this, and I'm really enjoying it. I really, really like this a lot. I like that there are some questions that from the first book. There's some characters that we're seeing again. There's some new characters being introduced. There's still the humor, which is always great, and I'm just having a lot of fun with this. So I don't know what I'm going to be rating it yet. It's probably going to be at least 4 stars. I gave the first one 5. And I'm really curious to see how this one is going to play out. I have no idea how things are going to turn out for Dark Lord Davy. And I'm really curious of how he's going to wrap this up. So I have, about 110 pages left, give or take. So I'm going to try and finish this today. If not today, then tomorrow. I was originally planning on having this video go up today, and obviously that hasn't happened, and it's my birthday weekend, so I'm just going to kind of play things by ear. My birthday's on Sunday, so I'm going to be hanging out with family for that, and I don't know how much reading I'll get done, so I will post this as soon as I get done with this book and with this video. But either way, I'm really, really enjoying this. I'm having a great time. Like I said, I absolutely love the humor that's mixed in with this. It's just fun. There's a part with a rolling ladder in a library that cracked me up. And so yeah, I'm just having a really good time. So I'm going to continue reading this for a little while and then see what we get up to later. But I wanted to come out here and give you guys a quick update, let you know that I haven't forgotten about you. I haven't forgot about reading this book. I am still reading. My sister got me a really great birthday present this year, so I now have a Kindle. So I've been scouring NetGalley to try and find arcs for me to be able to try out my new Kindle. And so it's very exciting. So hopefully some really fun things in the making here soon. I don't know when yet, but hopefully here soon. And so yeah, so I'm gonna go keep reading, and I will talk to you guys when I talk to you. Okay guys, so I am back. I am now officially 30. I got my hair done, obviously, which hasn't happened for a hot minute. And we had a really great day. We ended up doing some shopping, some book shopping. I have a whole pile of books from Barnes to show you guys in my haul next month. And we went to watch The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis in the movie theater, which was fantastic. I've never gone to see one of those older movies in the theater before, and that one is one of our all-time favorite older movies. My husband has always loved it, and I really enjoy it too. So we went and saw that one. It was only in theaters yesterday and today, and we went and saw it in theaters yesterday for my birthday, and it was so good. It was such a fun experience watching one of our all-time favorite movies in the movie theater on the big screen. The only downside was I had a killer headache. It was like weather-induced headache, you know, the pressures and stuff to make you get a headache. I had one of those through the entire movie. So all the explosions and when it would get super loud, like it was like my head was throbbing by the time that we got out. But it was totally worth it. It was such a great time. And now I'm really looking forward to seeing what other, I really hope that during the holidays, like Halloween and Christmas, that they do some of the older like classic movies, you know, Hocus Pocus, Van Helsing, The Grinch, any of those movies in theaters. I think that would be really, really fun to take the kids to, because they're some of our favorite movies that we enjoy and that they enjoy. So definitely going to be keeping an eye out for some more of those. It was a really great time. And then we came home and we played Halo. All 5 of us were playing Halo, and it was really fun. That was great. But anyways, enough about that. I'm here because yesterday morning, before we did anything in town, I actually finished Everybody Wants to Rule the World Except Me by Django Wexler. This is the second book, the final book in the duology for How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. I finally read it. I really enjoyed this one. I think the humor is not quite as there. The humor isn't quite as there as in the first one, but it's definitely still there. I thought the plotline was really interesting for this, and I really enjoyed it overall. So I gave the first book 5 stars. I ended up giving this one 4.5. There were times where it's just a little bit slow. I wasn't quite as into it, but I still really, really enjoyed it, and I still had a great time. I still recommend this series for sure. If you like high fantasy worlds, but you want like a lit RPG setting with a lot of humor, like kind of raunchy like Deadpool, I think that you would like this series. So I really enjoyed this. I'm really glad that I read it. Completed the duology. Finally, something that I was wanting to accomplish that I finally got accomplished was at least finishing a series. And so yeah, I really enjoyed this. So I'm going to wrap this up here, and we'll just keep this short and sweet. I'm going to film my TBR after this, and then we'll kind of move forward hopefully on better terms for August. I am going to be doing some planning this afternoon and figuring some things out. So if you have read this, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. If you felt the same way that I did, or if you liked it better or worse, whatever the case may be, I would love to hear your thoughts. So thank you so much for being here, hanging out with me for a little bit, and I will see you on the next one. Bye guys.